Good morning. We are at the Gabe Zimmerman trailhead. I think this is a 2.7, 2.1 hike, so this will be fairly short. So what we're going to try and accomplish today is power walking this, keeping up the speed. We'll talk about Gabe as we make our way along the trail. This, or a section of this, is part of the AZT. The loop trail itself is not. The AZT just runs through it. So you got the AZT marker there. Talk about where we are and really where we've been. And, we're doing a loop trail that goes out this way. Beautiful country. And as we get started, I would just mention that the state of Arizona has a wealth of natural resources: copper, gold, silver, sunshine, and as you can hear, wind. We get lots of wind. Not as much as Wyoming, but we get a bit. Alright, we're gonna head out. Talk to y'all in a bit. Take a moment to chat with y'all. I'm gonna find a safe place to sit. Put my ass on a cactus. Trying to get down out of the wind, which is substantial today. Some nice gusts. So out on the Gabe Zimmerman Trail. This is a trail dedicated to Gabe Zimmerman. For those of you that don't know, Gabe lost his life on January 8th of 2011, I believe. January 8th of 2011. He was a staffer for Gabrielle Giffords and was shot and killed along with others. At an event they were doing a Meet the People event. I was not aware of this trail until last week when I was watching a YouTube video on Seven Falls, a hike we'll be taking later. And I kind of lost interest in the people that were doing the video, and all of a sudden I heard them saying Gabe's name, and I looked up and they were on the Gabe Zimmerman Trail doing a hike on that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a short loop trail. I think 2.7 mile loop. So I've been taking it at a fast clip, kind of stretch out my legs after Blackett's Ridge, which ain't gonna lie, that's a hike right there, Blackett's. I went up the Blackett's. It was a workout, but I felt good. Came down Blackett's. It was a challenge, but I felt good. Went home, felt good, felt fine. Got up the next morning, went to work, did 17,000 steps at work, felt fine. Monday, my day off, I woke up, sat down, was moving a little slow, sat down, had a cup of coffee, went to get up and go to the bathroom, and I could barely move. Thighs hurt, calves hurt, front of the calves hurt, and of course went to work on Tuesday, off on Wednesday, went to work Thursday, and I'm off today. Thursday was okay, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I felt it. I did. And people that at the hospital that hike were congratulating me. They said that's quite a challenge. I at the time did not think so. But apparently it is. I worked with Gabe's father. He's a good man, considered a friend. And I got to meet Gabe when he was probably about 9 years old. His dad brought him to work one day. Probably on one of those bring your sons to work day kind of things. And sometimes you meet kids and people's children and you go, boy, I wonder how that one's going to turn out. Gabe, you just knew. You just knew that he was going to grow up and be a good person and live a worthwhile life. And he did. And that's what's important. Now, this area that we're sitting in, this is part of the Empire Ranch, part of the Vail Ranch, originally owned by Mr. Fish back in the 1700s, and for some reason Mr. Fish wanted to get rid of his property and he sold it to Edward and Walter Vail. And thus, the city of Vail, which is out that way, got its founding fathers. But this is a huge ranch. Mr. Fish wanted to sell it for $4,000 some odd. I'll put the exact amount in. They ended up buying this for $1,000 something. And this ranch runs all the way almost to Sonoyta, which is over those mountains you see in the distance there. And it is part of what's called the Empire Ranch, which is a working cattle ranch. And, I'll put some information on the Empire Ranch. I believe you can go out there and volunteer and work the ranch. It might be a dude ranch. I don't think so, but I'll some information in on that. That quick video I shot of the ridge back there, that is the Seneca Creek Preserve. A permit is required to hike in there, and since this was only a 2-something mile hike, I thought I would do the loop and then go hike in the preserve. And I went to fill out the permit, put all my information in, and sent it off, and the response from the web page was, "We'll be back within 3 business days." And of course, Saturday and Sunday are not a business day, so that'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, unless they count today as a business day. So we will do that hike on another day, walking through the preserve. This is a hiking, biking, and horseback trail. As I mentioned, it's part of the Arizona Trail, which the section I'm on right now is the Arizona Trail. And, I don't know if you can hear in the background, but there's a freeway, I-10, just over the ridge here. Another beautiful day in Arizona. It's just an awesome, heavy, wet cloud that the winds are keeping aloft. Hopefully they'll keep their rain, because this thing is just sitting over the top of me. It was bright and sunny when I started, but you know, if I get wet, I get wet. No big deal. I'm wearing my Merrells, Wrangler hiking pants. I got 3 synthetic layers on, my red heads, my Aloha Aina from Hawaii hoodie, and I'm sporting a new shirt today from Columbia. Paid a little bit more than the other Columbia shirts of the same style because I had to have it in green. Apparently green's an expensive color, costs you more money. I love it. It's a great shirt. It is comfortable, lightweight, it breathes. What else I can tell you? Oh, Ed and Walter deeded a portion of their land, gave a right of way to the Southern Pacific Railroad, and that made Vail, Arizona, a siding and water stop for the trains. Siding being, if there was an oncoming train, you would sidetrack to a side rail and let the other train pass. And as we know from my Esmond Station hike, that failed on that particular evening. So, taking out a little bit of water, and we're going to continue our hike here. I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Any of y'all that have hiked the Arizona Trail will recognize that. Gonna check our location jump on the return loop of the Zimmerman.
Workout resumed.
Little bit of the trail. There's a nice section of it. There are areas that are very rocky. A lot of loose rock. I'm not altogether sure that I have done the Zimmerman loop. This is the trail I was on heading out, and I did make a loop, but I'm not sure I was on a trail. From the underpass at I-10, I turned up the wash, and that seemed to be going somewhere. There was footprints on it. No trails leading off of it. And after a bit, I checked myself on satellite, and I was heading to somebody's house. So I made my own path. Came up a pipeline road. Never crossed over any trail. And got back on this section of the AZT that's heading back to the Gabe Zimmerman trailhead. So once I get back to the trailhead, I'll survey the area, look at the trail map they have there, and try and determine how this was possibly a loop versus an out and back. I saw no markers along the trail other than AZT markers. So when we get back to the trailhead here in a bit, I'll talk to you then. So that was the Gabe Zimmerman loop trail. Made my own loop. Apparently was supposed to go underneath the highway. That was not clear to me from the map that was there. And then you turn east and go back under the highway again and come up the Seneca Creek preserve. So my little jaunt that I did was one longer, 3.63 miles. So yay, did a little bit farther, and I didn't break any laws by entering into the preserve without a permit. So once I get, and apparently it's a free permit, so I don't know what the deal is. I let them know I was going to be here, but I don't. They have to send you a permit, I guess, to let others know you're supposed to be there. So went out, blazed a trail, which I'm sure Gabe would appreciate. I know his dad Ross used to hike. Used to take a group of people from the Alamo building and hike rim to rim up in the Grand Canyon. They would do that frequently. I did not join them. I was a smoker back then. But I'll get to do the Grand Canyon rim to rim when I do the Arizona Trail, so there's always that. So I guess I section hiked a part of the Arizona Trail. Yay! I don't think that counted as a section, but I wandered onto it for a bit. So definitely be back. Definitely do the preserve, because I could see the preserve trail from above, and I thought that was a totally, completely different trail. I didn't know that was the trail I was actually supposed to be on. And I did not see any water, but that is Cienega Creek down there, so would love to go down there and see what that area has to offer. It looks like it'd be a pretty hike, so we will do it again in the future. Maybe drag the wife along. Alrighty. This is AZT at 63. Thanks for coming along.